Hey dear one, in this video I want to share a little bit more about the bigger picture. I tried to upload this video already a week ago, or another version of this video. I then decided to recreate it because the old one was having technical issues that occurred seemingly while uploading it on YouTube. The original video was okay unless I uploaded it, and I figured out, okay, I have used some trigger words that the algorithm don't like. Yeah, but we are creative human beings, and therefore we can reframe something, use different words, and hereby speak about that topic anyways, and I will not allow anything or anyone to stop me because I will always find a way. So, okay, the greater picture, why is this important? I think it is important because all of us, we just see a tiny, tiny fraction of reality and of reality. And also it is very, very normal and human that we are so busy with our own stuff and with our own little world that we have difficulties to see that all of that is somehow connected and is part of a bigger, greater picture, not just a tiny, tiny little piece of reality we have in front of us. And I also know that a lot of people think, okay, it's not possible to really influencing the whole planet. And so if I would have spoken about this topic 5 years ago, people wouldn't have believed me, would think, okay, that's really a crazy theory, while now you just have to look around. It is obvious that the whole planet is actually under the same agenda. And it is also obvious that not every little newspaper or every little person working in a company or something like that is knowingly part of creating what is created. Everybody just cares about their own little department, their own little responsibility. The way how it is working, that all of those people, even those who seem to work against each other, who believe they have a different goal, who believe they are actually in the opposition, or who believe, yeah, they are way too smart, that they would be part of the plan, they are still part of the plan. Because of this compartmentalization, everybody just thinking in these tiny boxes and not being able to see the greater picture, and everybody believing, okay, I have figured truth out, because we need that. Our mind is only comfortable if we believe, okay, I figured it out and I know it all, yeah, and actually the person I'm listening to or the ideology I'm following is the only one that is true. All other people around me, they are all stupid, but I know it all. That's the way how it is working. So everybody feels mentally comfortable in their little think box. And as I have said before, this is created with intention. And that is actually the bigger picture. That all of that is, yeah, prepared for a long, long time. And the way it is happening is really kind of easy. You just have to retell the same narrative again and again and again, and everybody takes it as a given, and everybody is taking on those belief systems and will therefore work for this narrative on their own, because their mind is kind of overtaken by this narrative, by this belief model that is created. And the moment you assume you know something, you will no longer question it. For example, if you believe you are living in a democracy, you will not question it. Okay, the majority of people decided this, therefore, I actually have a different opinion, but it's been decided by the majority of people, therefore it is okay. It's not. Coming from Germany, I can tell you it's not been the majority of Germans who voted in this way in 1933. Check out the history books. It's not been the majority of people, but it's been all of the Germans who paid the price. And a lot of them made themselves guilty. That is true. But that's the same that is happening now at the moment. It's not the majority, but people believe it's the majority, and they, from some point on, they believe there is no alternative. First, first people are too lazy. They think, yeah, it's the majority, and yeah, okay, yeah, I don't like that guy, but yeah, what shall happen? And then later there's no more room, because later then it is dangerous to speak up, and people are then silent because they feel threatened. Why they not realize being silent is way more dangerous than speaking up. That is something really important to keep in mind, because if you stay silent, you become guilty yourself. You become guilty yourself because everybody will pay the price, including you and your loved ones. So that is actually something to never allow someone to blackmail you, because they will not let you off the hook anyways. So it's better to speak up and to do something about it. Okay, so the greater picture. I have published a book a year ago. Yeah. The New Age of Deception. My name is Nathalie Anja Esser, and you can put it into a search engine and it will bring you to the place where you can buy it in case you're interested in. And in that book, I was sharing that groups are really, really important. Groups and their leaders are really, really important when it comes to the hijacking of all of humanity. And although those groups may think they have the opposite intention, if their leader is kind of hijacked, they will work for the powers which they believe to be against. And I could see this happening already. Looking into history, I could see how organizations have been overtaken, because I am sensitive to energies, therefore, and I'm also I have this inner insight, and it's not coming from the outside. It's an inside job. I can see, and I just know. I just have these insights into things, and I was seeing pieces and parts of the creator puzzle for a long, long time now. And almost 4 years ago, I have seen a greater part of the puzzle, because I was in that group and found it is abusive, and I found how The person who was leading it was actually overtaken and hijacked. And I also realized how she tried to get rid of it, but the influence became stronger and stronger. And so I found pieces and parts of the puzzle, how people who are in such an organization, even if they have a good intention, they are then taken, as my friend Nina called it, and that is true. By the way, in the video from last week that I had to take down because of the technical issue, I was recommending her YouTube channel, and yeah, please check her out. The name of her YouTube channel is Love Always Wins, and that is a beautiful, beautiful name because it's true, love always wins. And I know she's actually at the moment also preparing a video with a very important topic, so please check out her channel. And yeah, I will not allow to be silenced, and I will also not allow that when I make a recommendation for someone else's channel that this will be taken down. Therefore, I had to re-record this. Okay, there is this influence of groups, and every group believing to do their stuff while they are under a greater influence. Okay, how this is happening, I will go into greater detail about the how in my next video that I will record afterwards, but I try to make my videos not too long and to stay focused on one topic. And here it is, this greater picture. And if you would be a person or a being, not a person, a being that wants to have influence over all of humanity, and you have the time to prepare this for a long, long time, you think differently, but still, once you learn to take this step back and learn to think and look at things, putting yourself into the shoes of such a being, this helps. Being an empath also helps, because then you can somehow, when you connect with people, you might get a glimpse of the energy that is actually behind them. And this was how I was collecting these pieces and parts of the puzzle. And yeah, as I said, last year, I published this book. Before that, I was actually really hesitant to do it because I thought, yeah, nobody would believe me, and who am I that people are listening to that. But then I instantly recognized what is actually going on, and time has proven me right. It's now more and more obvious, and I had more and more details and more pieces and parts of the puzzle that came in since last year. So I was absolutely right. And I also realized it's not important that I reach millions and millions of people. It might be really, really important that I reach exactly you, because you might then also reach one person, another person. And therefore, yeah, it's not about numbers, but we have to stay in alignment with our own heart and soul. We have to be honest to ourselves, because actually this is strengthening us. The hard things that might happen to us, they are not as hard as what we feel if we corrupt ourselves. And I've seen a lot of people being corrupted, and I understand how this is possible, how this is happening, but they will really suffer on the long run. And on it is harder to be the one who's speaking up. It is harder to be the one who is putting themselves in front of a camera. It is harder to be the one who is saying in your environment, okay, no, I don't agree, and no, I will not do that. And no, this is against my principles, and no. And stay calm, but very, very centered within yourself. This is really important, and focus on, not on the obstacles, focus on what you really want and what is your real intention. And that is the best to really outsmart this system that is depending on everybody just obeying, everybody just taking care for their own tiny little fragment of reality, everybody just trying to somehow survive. But there's something more important than surviving. It is doing the right thing and being in alignment with your own truth. Okay. And so the greater picture is they knew exactly what kind of society they want. And they had a lot of time to influence, for example, through Hollywood, through the music industry, through education, to influence all of humankind. And there is a huge trap. For example, people think about the left wing and the right wing, and I can tell you they are all belonging to the same creature. And so they may all move a lot, but just bringing up the same bird. And yeah, kind of an eagle or something like that, but with a little demonic outlook, something like that. And therefore, people who think they have a different ideology know they are still working for the same boss. And even by fighting each other, they are distracting the one standing by, they're causing friction, and they're just wasting time and money and energy with all of those fighting against each other. And their fighting is used as an excuse, for example, for bringing in stricter laws. And so actually people didn't figure out their real enemy. That is not their fellow human. That's not the one who really tries to enslave you. It's the one behind it. And that is the greater picture, that all of those groups and all of those ideologies, they are just distractions, and they are keeping you away from a real awakening. And the wannabe powers, they figured out they will reach the vast majority of humankind simply by TV, movies, the news outlets, and all of that. So you have the vast majority of people will fall for all of those narratives that are created. Okay. But they also figured, because of the cosmic weather, so to speak, there will be an awakening of humankind. And they tried to prevent this awakening of humankind by hijacking the ones who would actually be able to make a change. These are the people who then would wake up their fellow humans. And to make sure that this is not happening, they created all of those different groups and the truth scene, the whole new age community and religion and all of that. And all of those tiny groups, everybody in such a group believes they have the truth. While they have some truth, there has to be some truth to it, because otherwise people wouldn't bait. So they have to offer some truth to attract people who actually have figured out that truth by themselves anyway. Because this is why you feel attracted, because you feel this truth. You think, oh, there's truth, and then you assume that everything you hear from that guru, teacher, leader, that everything will be true. That is a trap that we are falling into because we are thinking in black and white. And I think all of us, we are kind of naive a little bit. And I surely have been naive and have been thinking, okay, yeah, this nice uncle is buying me ice cream, so this is a nice uncle. Or this person is just telling me the truth. Yeah, therefore all of that this person is presenting to me is true. And this is this naivety that we carry inside of us, and this thinking in black and white. So, okay, people are attracted by this little bit of truth, or they are attracted because in the New Age community there is some truth to it, and they would just focus on that and will, some sweets they are given, and therefore take in all of the poison too. Plus, they will then start to fight with each other. And everybody will think to be better than the other. Yeah, we know more. I know you guys over there. Yeah, you haven't figured it out, but we are the awakened ones. We know it all. And this was created by great intention. So therefore, you would bring all of those people who are awakening, would distract them from real awakening, and you would make them even fight with each other, whose truth is the truer truth. And yeah, therefore, they wouldn't really work together. And the wannabe powers did that with great intention, and there is where the whole mind control comes in. And that mind control is done personally in many cases, yeah, on a physical level with traumatizing stuff. It's also happening on the astral and from little on. And people who are then mind controlled will help to control other people. And that is what I will speak about in my next video, how this is actually happening, how you can reach a lot of people through such connections. So yeah, the greater picture is really, they figured out how to lead humankind by creating these narratives, and people believe, okay, we have created it themselves, ourselves, we have voted for these people, and people would fight between their ideologies and left and right wing and all of that. and while everything is inverted anyways. Many years ago, a friend of mine, he studied history. He said some people are so left-wing that they come out again on the right wing, and that is true very, very often. So there is not such a big difference between those people who are kind of fanatics and extremists, because they have lost their center somehow, and they are manipulated a lot, and they are on a mission and have forgotten what this life is really all about, and that it is being human and our human connections, and being compassionate with each other, and everybody having their own experiences and are free to make their own choices, that this is actually a good thing, and that they don't have to lead others or convince others. Yeah. So people have been used, if they have really invested themselves extremely into a narrative. And yeah, so everybody is having their own ideology, and everybody thinks to be different from the other, while they have all been working for the same cult. Yeah, and my friend Nina from Love Always Wins, check out her channel. Um, she made a brilliant she said a brilliant sentence: "There's a cult for everybody." And that is true. And if you think you are following a political ideology, that's a cult too. And if you use science as kind of religion, because you just follow a narrative and ignore all other facts, then that's a cult too. So there's a cult for everybody. And this is the greater picture, that there has been offered a cult for everybody, and people would fight with each other about the truer truth, and therefore stay in their prison and be destructive instead of freeing ourselves. This is how it's done. And when I broke free from my old sisterhood, the picture behind me says the name, I saw it, how a puppet on a string, using a puppet on a string, was trying to make me their puppet on a string. Yeah. Okay, check out my next video. Have a great time. Take good care. Keep the greater picture in mind, and stay honest and true with yourself. Stay centered and don't allow others to fool you. Come to your own conclusions. Don't believe me, just take it into consideration, and yeah, follow your own lead, nobody else's. Okay, have a great time. Bye.